Hello, I'm Christine and I'm going to talk to you today about how to manage your stress. The coronavirus situation means that many of us are living a life that's very different to what we're used to. Some people are much busier than usual. They're working from home whilst also having their children at home rather than being at school. Some of us are helping to support elderly people or maybe neighbours with shopping, etc. On the other hand, some people have been furloughed or made redundant, and so they're at home now all the time rather than being at work. So they've got much less to do than they normally have. You yourself might be shielding and unable to go out and having to rely on others to help with shopping, etc. All of these possible situations mean that it's really important that we manage our stress to keep ourselves feeling well. Strategies for managing stress, there's a lot of those, and one way that we can put this together is to get something like a stress reduction plan that I'm going to talk you through now. Get yourself a piece of paper. Do a line down the middle and jot down on one side, do less of these, the other side, do more of these. So let's think about the things that we might do less of to help manage our stress. So sitting down, I'm sitting down obviously at the moment, but if we're sitting down for too much of the day, then that's not good for our circulation. It's really important that we get up and move around during the day, maybe get up and go for a walk, or just if you're having a phone conversation, you could stand up rather than sitting down. You could maybe have a quick walk around the house or the garden. Periodically throughout the day. Many of us might be sleeping too much at the moment. If you're furloughed, don't have to be up for work, then maybe you find yourself sleeping later each morning. You're then going to bed much later and then sleeping later the next day, and that cycle continues. It's a good idea to set yourself an alarm each morning, maybe make yourself an appointment, as it were, to chat with a friend on the phone perhaps, or maybe join in an online activity that starts at a particular time in the morning, and that way you get up and get the day underway at a regular time each day. Many of us watching the news, listening to the news very frequently with our 24/7 news cycle. It's easy to be constantly listening or looking at the news. Also on social media, there's a lot of news. So it can be really helpful to say that you're just going to listen to one news bulletin each day, maybe the lunchtime news or maybe the early evening news. So watch that bulletin in full and then turn the news off after that so that you're not bombarded and overwhelmed by the news at these difficult, stressful times. Snacking, quite a lot of us are doing a lot of snacking at the moment. So if we can cut down on our snacking, we're often doing it because we're bored or we're feeling tense or maybe we feel we need to treat ourselves. But if you can do less snacking, that's going to be better for your body and better for your overall well-being. Now, a few ideas of things that you might do more of to manage your stress. Exercise is always really good for managing stress. If you're able to exercise outdoors, then you could go for a short walk each day. It doesn't have to be far, but just go for a short walk each day. Good for your mental health as well as your physical well-being. If you're worried about social distancing, then you could maybe go for a walk early in the morning or later on in the evening when there are fewer people about. If you're not able to exercise outdoors, then you could maybe join an online activity. There's lots of things on YouTube, online PE, online dance classes, etc. Or maybe you could just put some music on and dance around in your own home, or maybe you could do a bit of gardening if you're able to, and if you have a garden. Breathing well, so we need to do more really good breathing at the moment. You could have a look at the video that I've made on breathing exercises to help you with that. Establishing a good sleep pattern. It's a really good idea to turn off all screens about an hour before you want to go to sleep. So in that hour before bed, you could perhaps have a relaxing bath, you could maybe listen to some music, you could maybe read a book instead, so you're away from screens, and that's going to help you sleep better. And then you could get into that better pattern of getting up in the morning after a good night's sleep. Socialising. We want to do our socialising, but we have to socialise in a really different way now than we used to. I know that I've been using sort of video messenger chat, WhatsApp or Zoom to have chats with friends and with family. So we can obviously just phone up, but I find that seeing the person, seeing their face means I feel I've had more kind of connected with them than if I just speak to them at the end of a phone. Obviously you can meet people outdoors. I've met up with friends. I feel a lot better since we were allowed to meet up with people outdoors. So I have met up for socially distanced walks, keeping separate from the person. I've also met up and just taken a couple of chairs and sat a couple of metres apart and had a chat with a friend. And that was really good for me. I felt a lot better after that. Some of you may actually be struggling to get some me time. If you're working from home, the children are at home, maybe your partner's at home. So maybe what you need is actually a bit of time to yourself. So you could just go for a quick walk on your own. You could maybe take a relaxing bath on your own, listen to some music, just finding that space in the day to have a bit of time to yourself. So quite a few ideas there. If I just show you what I've made, I've put down that I'm going to do less snacking, I'm going to do less listening to the news, and I'm going to do less lying in bed, less sleeping. And then on the things I'm going to do more of, I've put down I'm going to do more healthy eating, so fresh fruit and veg, more water. I'm going to make sure I set my alarm each day so I get up and get into a good routine. I'm going to do plenty of exercise, and this means I'm going to listen to music to make me feel better and to reduce my stress and to relax me. So some ideas there as to how you could draw up your own stress management plan. When you've made it, put it up perhaps in the kitchen, on the fridge or on a cupboard, so you've got it to look at for easy reference every day. So I hope that's been helpful. Take care and manage your stress. Bye.